Hi, everyone. Welcome to this session on extending Enterprise Manager to the cloud using OCI's Operations Insights service. My name is Murtaza Hussain. I'm part of Oracle Enterprise Manager's product management team. I'm here today accompanied by Siddharam Varinda, who's also part of product management team. With increasing complexity of IT operations, organizations need more than management capabilities in Enterprise Manager. They need predictive analytics across their hybrid resources to identify problems. This is where Operations Insights service comes into play by providing organizations with capacity planning, SQL insights, and warehouse analytics features to optimize IT operations. In this session, we will discuss the benefits of integrating OCI Operations Insights with Enterprise Manager using CloudBridge technology. All right. In terms of agenda, today we will be covering what's new with Oracle Enterprise Manager 13.5 release. We'll be going over some of the architectural details and the technology behind connecting Enterprise Manager with Operation Insights. We'll be looking at some of the strategy of Enterprise Manager and cloud manageability. And lastly, we'll be going over some of the feature details pertaining to Operations Insights service. Now, in terms of Oracle Enterprise Manager, we announced the latest release of Enterprise Manager, release 13.5. We have several features in this release. The key focus is on the three areas, that is hybrid cloud management, ops automation, and extensibility. With the new release of Enterprise Manager, you can manage targets running anywhere on-premise or in the cloud. You don't need to really learn or deploy new tools. Your existing best practices, scripts, and jobs can be applied to cloud resources, just like on-premise resources. Specifically for Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Resources, EM understands the native service API for management operations and leverages it to provide a seamless experience. If you are using or considering using Oracle Cloud databases, such as Autonomous Database or Oracle Exadata Cloud Service or Exadata Cloud at Customer, you can manage them with EM. EM Hybrid DB as a service supports deployment across on-premises and Oracle Cloud infrastructure, that is Compute, XCC, and XCS, and self-service governance tools for effective cloud resource utilization. DB Migration Workbench allows DBAs to plan a migration from on-premise to cloud. It performs prerequisite checks, selects the best data movement technology, such as data bump, RMAN, backup, copy, and so on, based on the source and target choices, manages the execution of the migration, and then validates the results of the migration. The Cloud Bridge feature of EM connects Enterprise Manager to OCI. The bridge is used to copy data from EM's repository, that is OMR, and the target manages to OCI object storage, where it is accessed by OCI services such as logging analytics and operation insights that provide deep analytics and identify data platforms which can help prevent outages and achieve better application database performance. We'll deep dive into this Cloud Bridge as we talked about in the later slides. Now, just to quickly touch upon the enterprise and cloud manageability strategy. Now, we have a very comprehensive set of offerings in our portfolio, right? And our strategy and mission is to allow you to choose the best combination of capabilities, features, and offerings that suit the needs for your environment, no matter where you are in your journey. Oracle Enterprise Manager is our flagship management product for databases and engineered systems. Tens of thousands of customers rely on EM every day. We are increasing investment in Enterprise Manager to ensure that you can continue to use Enterprise Manager the way you use it today. But we are taking very concrete steps to expand its capabilities to cover hybrid environments such as Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, Autonomous Database, Exadata Cloud, and others. Our observability and management services are designed to add value to Enterprise Manager as well as monitor things that most customers don't use EM against, such as heterogeneous and multi-cloud application environments. In terms of observability and management platform, Observability starts with the basic cloud services like compute, storage, network, security, and plain telemetry. From that, we have built a set of foundational services like monitoring, logging, notification, streaming functions, resource manager that help accelerate and protect cloud native app development. And we have developed a service connector hub so services can observe, manage, and integrate with other Oracle services, as well as with open standards based and third party services. And on top of that foundation, we continue to add advanced services providing capabilities that help customers gain greater insight, solve current business problems, and innovate for the future. Now let's look at what is Operations Insights Cloud Native service at a high level and how it connects with Oracle Enterprise Manager. In terms of our mission statement, Operations Insights enables business executives, database, and IT administrators to make informed data-driven compute resource and performance management decisions. So what it entails is essentially Operations Insights service at a high level supports multi-data deployment models in terms of ingesting data into service, such as from on-prem, cloud, and also via Oracle Enterprise Manager targets. Now, once the data is ingested and then stored in the cloud-based data stores, it can then be utilized, namely in two major ways. That is using out-of-the-box applications, which we will discuss in more detail in the subsequent slides, and also via do-it-yourself purpose-built warehouses. Both of these options offer ways for users to utilize analytic tools infused with machine learning capabilities. Now let's look at how the cloud-based technology works from an architecture point of view and how it integrates Enterprise Manager to OCI Operations Insights service. Now, in terms of high-level architecture of EM Cloud Bridge, it essentially allows users to ETL data from EM instances into the cloud using the Cloud Bridge technology. In this figure, on the left-hand side, we can see the data being ETL'd via Cloud Bridge into a OCI object storage, and then ETL'd again to Operation Insights data store via Enterprise Manager Bridge or EM Bridge. This operational and metadata can then be utilized using out-of-the-box applications within Operations Insights service and be utilized by various purpose-built warehouses within the service. We will double-click on these details in the following slides. Now, just to quickly touch base on the actual steps of setting up a cloud and EM bridge for this process, one has to go through a sequence of steps on the Oracle Cloud side and also as well as on the Enterprise Manager side. At a high level, without going through all the details, the user needs to set up OCI object storage bucket in their tenancy and set up necessary policies for EM instance to communicate efficiently with their OCI object storage. On the EM side, one needs to ensure that the EM instance's OMS host and agent host can communicate with the Oracle Cloud tenancy. Now, once the EM data lands in the OCI object storage, additional configurations in terms of policies are needed on the OCI side to ensure the data from object storage can be ETL'd further to Operation Insights cloud-based data store for analytics. Now, looking at Operation Insights service a little bit more in detail, at the solution areas perspective, we essentially have a bunch of out-of-the-box applications, namely capacity planning, SQL Warehouse, Atom Spotlight, Exadata Insights, and so on, right? These provide different functionality in terms of looking at capacity planning at the database level, host level, and at the Exadata level, looking at fleet level SQL performance in terms of SQL IDs, which are performing across the fleet of databases and how well they're performing, and looking at some of the details around the SQL and SQL plans. We have Atom Spotlight, which kind of gives a strategic database performance insight view into your database from a DB time perspective. We have explorers such as SQL and Exadata Explorer, which use data object technology within Operations Insights to do analytics, creates widgets, and use our dashboard framework technology to create dashboards for your purposes, different purposes. Lastly, we have do-it-yourself analytic warehouses such as AWR Hub, AWR Explorer, EM Warehouse, and Exadata Warehouse, which are built for doing customized analytics for your customized use case within Operations Insights service. Now, on the capacity planning for databases, as a database administrator or capacity planner, the capacity planning application lets you perform the following use case goals at a compartment level for CPU, storage, memory, and I/O resources. It essentially allows you to obtain a bird's eye view of aggregate databases, CPU, storage, memory, and I/O allocation, utilization, usage trends over a selected time period. It also allows you to gain proactive insights into current CPU, storage, memory, and I/O utilization issues or forecasts to occur near term based on the analytics. More so, from a capacity planning point of view, it also provides you a tree map view of CPU, storage, memory utilization over all the databases in the compartment. Time series charts of CPU usage trend and forecasts for individual or group of databases allows you to look at historical data and let you forecast in the future. It also quickly lets you isolate databases with current and forecasted high and low utilization, quickly compare these databases to each other by size or usage to prioritize analysis, and identify databases with fastest growth shrinkage in CPU demand over the time period. Lastly, I want to quickly touch upon a new feature which we have recently released as part of capacity planning feature, which is the AutoML forecasting, which leverages Oracle data science to employ meta learning to quickly identify the most relevant features, model, and hyperparameters for a given training data set. The forecast and model used are pre-computed, and the forecast will periodically be retrained. And the forecast will use up to 13 months of data to train, depending on how much data is available at a time of training. These are some of the views we can see as part of capacity planning app. This is the tree map view. And we also have this AutoML feature we just talked about. You can see the historical data and the trending and forecasting based on that. Now, if you're using Exadata for your DB requirements, one can use Operations Insights to forecast resource requirements for Exadata systems as well, right? Whether you have your Exadata running on cloud, on-premise, or at customer, cloud at customer, we support all three flavors of Exadata systems. So what we can do, one can perform enterprise-wide analysis and resource utilization and capacity planning for Exadata systems, improve resource utilization by identifying under and overutilized resources. Exadata Insights also allows you to consolidate Oracle databases on Exadata, where you can identify the Exadata servers that would satisfy resource requirements and find low resource utilization servers. By using the forecasting and capacity planner functionality, you can ensure that the Exadata satisfies future needs of databases that are being consolidated on the Exadata systems, thereby allowing you to plan ahead for using performance history and seasonality. Lastly, this also ensures that the IT operations service level agreements meets over time. Here are some other views which you can see as part of Exadata Insights application. You have a tangible view of Exadata system with the relevant key metrics in terms of the usage and the forecast. You can also have a view of the tree maps of databases and hosts running on the Exadata system. Exadata Explorer, this is, as we talked about, this is part of the Explorer technology within Operation Insights Service. Now, this is a relatively new feature that we have released as part of Exadata Insights. It essentially is a sandbox query engine that lets user author their query on top of Exadata performance stats. We have also provided flexibility to slice data by in-time and entity dimensions. So once you're able to write one query and generate the necessary visualization, then it can be saved and added to existing or a new dashboard within Operation Insights Service. Now, switching over to another out-of-the-box application that is part and parcel of Operation Insights Service is SQL Performance, Oracle SQL Warehouse function of Operation Insights. You can analyze the SQL performance problems for enterprise-wide applications across a fleet of databases. In addition, Operations Insights provides trends and key insights to SQL performance issues, thereby helping you to be proactive in avoiding future problems. It helps you in analyzing the performance of SQL based on these categories, degrading, such as degrading, inefficient, variant, and with plan changes. All in all, it helps answer questions like what are the top SQLs based on DB time across databases? Is their performance stable or worsening? Moreover, at the individual SQL level, SQL Warehouse lets you view the number of plans per SQL and gets further insights into SQL performance based on details such as best performing plan, most executed plan, plan with most IO. These are some of the details you can see as part of Oracle's SQL Warehouse application. Now, part of Oracle SQL Warehouse, we also have Explorer. Similar to Exadata Explorer, we have a SQL Explorer, which uses SQL statistics daily objects in an aggregated way summary by using SQL ID of numerous execution level statistics derived from $SQL stats for the most important SQLs to execute during the day, right? So once you know which SQL you want to author using the SQL data objects, you can author or modify the query. Once you have saved the query, similar to Exadata Explorer, you can visualize that query using creating a widget. You can save the query, save the widget, and integrate that as part of a existing dashboard, or you can create a new dashboard based on these widgets for your own purpose. These are some of the visualizations you can create as part of SQL Explorer application. You can see you can create a pie chart. Depending on the use case, you can also create a stack chart, and there are many other options that are available as part of this SQL Explorer functionality. Now, switching over from out-of-the-box applications into the do-it-yourself warehouse functionality as part of Operations Insights, right? We have these purpose-built warehouses, such as Enterprise Manager Warehouse, which literally ingests resource-based operational metadata from Enterprise Manager repositories into a cloud-based data warehouse. Once the data is there in the warehouse, users can then utilize sample out-of-the-box Jupyter notebooks running on OCI data science service provided for Exadata capacity planning. In terms of benefits of Enterprise Manager Warehouse, it essentially enables custom analytics such as trending, forecasting, capacity planning, workload characterization, seasonality, and anomaly detection. Lastly, we have also another type of warehouse which is available in Operation Insight Service. On the top right-hand side, you can see the architecture and implementation details at a high level, which depicts how the data flows into Exadata warehouse. Typically, the fine-grained data from Exadata components like storage servers and compute servers are uploaded to an autonomous database. The Exadata warehouse generates periodic forecasts based on historical data, which are available for queries and exports. Older forecast data points are retained for easy comparison. Since the Exadata warehouse resides in an autonomous database that you specify, data uploaded to the Exadata warehouse can be accessed even after data uploads for Exadata systems have been paused or terminated. You can then use this solution for custom analytics to solve Exadata-specific use cases for capacity planning, database consolidation, evaluation, and improving of resource management strategies like instance caging, IORM plans, and so on. These are some of the views and charts you can create as part of Exadata warehouse functionality. All right. To wrap up today's session, Operations Insights, it's an OCI native service that provides 360-degree view insights into Exadata database and host resource utilization and capacity. The service analyzes large amounts or volumes of IT data stored in a warehouse platform to provide out-of-the-box and user-defined custom analytics applications to optimize operations and plan capital expenditure better. By applying machine learning, you can train the tool in such a way that will help you identify such anomalies to help the application run smoothly and avoid high severity outages. And best part is that you don't have to be a data scientist to use it. All right, we are at the end of our session today. And if you want to get started with Operations Insights, here are the links for some interesting labs to explore for Operations Insights features. We encourage you to go through the information here. Thank you all for those attending today.